Once again, I found myself back in Gary, Indiana. There was just one more place I had to see before I left. Now, before we get into that, I'm going to give you a little bit more background about Gary. So the large, desolate city was once a haven for thousands of steelworkers. And after the steel industry left Gary, thousands were left without jobs, and eventually the city and the community fell into disarray. Being in Gary is a very surreal experience. With 70% of the buildings being abandoned, it feels as if the city is now a ghost town. During this final trip to Gary, I got the chance to explore and document the City Methodist Church of Gary. This church was an amazing place to explore, and I hope you all enjoy the footage. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Rapture. We are back exploring another abandoned place, and this place is actually quite cool. This is an abandoned cathedral. So, without further ado, keeping this intro short as always, enjoy the footage. Oh, this is cool. Wow. This is cool. Balcony. I know. I could tell there was a fire here at one time. This is just cool though. There's a balcony up here. You could tell this used to be a pretty decent sized church at one time. It's just so sad to see that a cathedral like this has just been absolutely put to waste. It just kills me. I mean, this thing must have taken millions of dollars to erect, and then it just goes abandoned. Alright, we made it up onto the stage that is slowly collapsing. Be super careful. Oh, Grant, there's a lot of clothes. Like, look at all the clothes.
Yeah.
There's a shoe. Just look at all this stuff. The church was built in 1926 and served the people of Gary up until its closure in 1975. After the decline of the steel industry, many people left Gary to find other opportunities. This left the church with very few members and even smaller amount of money to keep the church operating. The church tried to sell the cathedral several times, although all the deals fell through. The church finally sold the cathedral and land to Indiana University. However, the main cathedral was never used by the college and fell into disrepair after a very large fire in 1977. It does smell.
Oh, it's because someone crapped in that toilet.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it does smell like absolute shit. Nobody lives here.
Housekeeping.
These steel beams, dude.
Yep.
I bet you these beams were probably supplied by all the steel factories around here when this was made. The steel plants. You might guess. It says Santa Hurry on the chimney.
I don't even think we should be on here.
Is it bad?
There's like holes that go all the way down.
Yeah, that's Oh, careful with these stairs, Grant. So we just saw some other explorers come in. So looks like those are stairs to the basement there. Try and stay out of their shot. So, during my visit to the church, we happened to run into some other explorers that wished to take some pictures of the structure. This is where things got a little bit weird. So, as you're about to see, the photographer there was a nude photographer, and yes, you heard that right, he was a nude photographer, and he allowed me to include this footage in the video. So, I have been into quite a few abandoned places, and this is by far one of the weirdest things I have probably ever witnessed. But who am I to judge? Art is art, right? Anyways, the couple were very nice people, and if y'all are watching this video, thanks for allowing me to include this footage. Priests or anything like that? I'm assuming they're probably the parish priest or father or whatever. Sorry for all you religious people, I'm not really up to terms on that, but I'm assuming that they probably would have lived in here. The bathroom. Always a great place. If there's anything I would have ever stolen from an abandoned place, would have been that tile right there.
This one?
Yeah. It's cool.
That's cool. Each one of these,
Yeah.
that one's different.
Yeah.
That one's the same. Looks like someone tried cutting this one out.
It does. Look like they tried getting all that. There's another one right here. As we wrap up this video, it was sad to see the church in such disrepair. Thinking of all the people that grew up in this church and people who attended it for years makes me feel a little bit of sadness. All of the memories and emotions created in this church are now lost forever to the crumbling remains. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.